Hi, I'm Byron Beck. I'm backstage here at the Portland State University Digital Marketing Conference 2011, and I'm here with Omri Dahan. Omri Dahan is one of the innovators at Marqetta, and Marqetta works with consumer engagement. Can you explain to me what that phrase means, consumer engagement? How it's changed you?
Sure. So at Marqetta, we are all about getting merchants to engage with consumers in such a way that consumers will prepay upfront for goods and services before taking possession of anything. They will commit a certain amount of dollars to the merchants of their choice, and in exchange, those merchants will give them a reward on the back end. So the whole idea is...
I have to stop you
please.
there. What? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, tell me why people would do that. What would be the advantage of prepaying anything?
Well, you know, we're spending money in predictable categories every
Okay.
month. I'm buying my coffee every day.
Right.
I'm going to the grocery store every week. I'm filling up my gas tank every week. So I may be swayed by one offer or another to go to merchant A versus merchant B in any given moment.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, I know there's probably 3 or 4 in each category
Right.
that I'm going to go to. If it's not... please.
The example is Starbucks, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Starbucks has that little gold or black card.
Sure.
And the gold card costs a little bit more than the black card? Or
You get the gold card after about 30 transactions.
Okay,
So.
and that is a prepaid plan where you go in and you just kind of swipe it.
Yep.
I understand that for coffee, but how does that translate to like more purchases or other purchases in our
Right.
marketplace?
Right, so we kind of think of the world in terms of consumer staples versus more discretionary goods.
Mm-hmm.
So from a consumer staples point of view, it's not hard to figure out how much you're spending every month
Right.
in things like grocery and
Right.
gas and restaurants.
Right.
Right, so if you are spending that money every month and you're not necessarily getting a reward for going to merchant A versus merchant
Right.
B, why not commit up front, get a 10% ROI, get a 20%
Right.
ROI on your money,
Right.
better than anything you can get in the marketplace,
Right.
certainly these days. And it allows the merchant to know that you are committed to them, give you more rewards, give you more benefit, engage with you in a more effective, intimate way.
Could it happen like for transportation as well? Could this happen for like bus cards, or could this be also with families? Is this something that you could see happening with dads and moms being able to give kids cards for like maybe groceries or school lunches?
Right, so right now, if you use a debit card of any kind, you know, if you load for your son who's going to school, you have no idea where that money is
Right.
being spent except afterwards.
Right.
How would you like to be able to put money on a debit card that allows you to have a conversation with your son or your daughter and say,
In
this
real
is where
time.
I'd like you to spend it. Oh, and by the way, these merchants in these categories where we know you're going to be spending are giving you a little extra.
That's great. I think it's great for especially like for students. I see it as a real advantage. What are the disadvantages of using this kind of interaction with our money?
From a consumer point
Yeah,
of view?
sure.
I mean, I think that, you know, there's a psychological feeling of, well, I don't want to part with my money until it comes time to actually spend it at a particular
Sure.
location. So I'd say that's kind of somewhat of a psychological barrier. But at the same time, if you actually spent them a few minutes to kind of do the analysis and understand where your money's going on a given day or a given week or a given month anyway, you start to see that it does make sense.
Right. Is this the future?
It's the one element of the future, for sure.
And do you see this as something that will happen in our marketplace fairly soon, or is this something that will take a little bit of time to, are we still in early adapting stage?
Well, I would say from a Starbucks point of view, we're in full-fledged adoption stage. They're activating 150,000 new cards every day.
Wow.
That was their number from their recent reports. And so if people are used to doing it with coffee, and Groupon has gotten us all used to prepaying for
Sure.
all sorts of goods and services,
Sure.
but they're not necessarily the ones that we want, right, at the locations that we want. What if we could actually prepay in a measured, thoughtful, strategic way at the merchants we love the most?
The last question then is, I don't want to carry around 3 billion of these little cards.
Sure you don't.
Do you ever see this becoming a mobile app?
So we have a mobile app today, and literally it captures your loyalty points from your favorite merchants, your prepaid balances at your favorite merchants, and you know, our point of view is plastic is still going to be in the wallet for at least the next 5 years. As adoption of mobile wallets take place, we'll be able to move to the wallet. That's just a redemption question, and that's already pretty much built.
Okay. Well, it sounds really cool to me. I think I want to do this.
Fantastic.
I know you have to go, so I'm going to let you go because you have to fly back home.
I do.
To
Oakland.
Oakland Dam or
Oaksterdam.
Oaksterdam, which sounds cool to me.
Yeah,
I love your
it's a
city.
great
So
place.
it's really nice to meet you, and I think
All
you're
right.
doing amazing. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
It's good to be here.
We'll be back.